Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Let's talk to Justin Lee. His company's called The Square Foot, thesquarefoot.com, and I hope it's not dancing classes. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Tell us about The Square Foot.
Sure. The Square Foot is a place where we help them find office space. So the goal is that people can come online and look and browse for availabilities and pricing, and then help them get into the space that their business deserves. So we want to help small businesses find the right office space because we feel it's important for their culture and their productivity.
Now, we did an article. You're a part of a series, but we have several series going. Which series did you participate in?
How we make our employees feel valued.
That's right. So talk about that. First of all, how many employees does your company have?
We have 9 employees. So
9 employees. And what kind of things are you doing to make those employees feel valued?
Well, we stress, kind of trust more than anything. So we let our employees, we don't really have a time clock. We don't really have set vacation days. So initially, it's really just about open communication and trust, and we let our employees, if they need to come in early and leave early, or if they want to work late one night, etc., we leave it up to them. We really just want them to produce, and we leave it up to them to sort of make their own hours with the understanding that they can't abuse the system. And the same goes with vacation. We kind of have around 2 to 3 weeks, but we really don't count the days because we want people to feel like they're part of the team and part of the family more than they're kind of working for the man, we like to say.
My producer is far more jagged than I am, and just she's whispering to me, it would never work. It would never work. I will tell you, it sounds challenging, and it also sounds like a nightmare to a legal department because they got these manuals now, these office manuals that companies live by, and if something happens, if this person decides I'm really not going to do any more work at all, but I expect to check. An office manual is one of those things that you use as a tool to deliberate as to whether or not it's working or not. So, how do you deal with that from a mitigation of risk perspective?
Well, at the end of the day, I think it works for us because as a small business and as a growing business, that's our culture is how we attract the talent. If someone wants to go work for a big commercial real estate company, we probably can't provide them the same level of salary or other things that they might get. So for us, that's a perk of joining a growing but backed company are those perks. But the way we deal with sort of the mitigation of risk is that at the end of the day, we document everything. So everyone has defined roles and tasks, and knock on wood, this hasn't happened. But if someone's not producing over time, we're documenting that and we're paying attention to it. And if for any reason they needed to be let go, we would make sure that certain things that weren't done, that were asked to be done, or weren't produced, or fell off the lines of communication, went radio silent. Those things all exist via email, and luckily with file sharing documents, all those sorts of things. I think for us, again, as a company with 9 people, it's fairly easy to document. If someone's producing or not, and we use a lot of collaboration tools. So I think for us, it's not terribly difficult to know whether or not someone is producing and whether they would need to be let go if they were not. So
okay, and so in lieu of a manual, an employee manual, you give them a pretty detailed written expectation of what their work's going to look like.
Sure. So we do. When we make an offer letter to someone, we explicitly line out exactly what we expect of them. We make it very clear, kind of our general guidelines and hours. We do, again, as a small team, we do, I would say, we do at least monthly reviews, if not, a couple times a month. So we also work in, the 9 of us are in, say, a 1,500 square foot office. So it's an open environment. So we're all pretty close with one another, and, it makes it really easy for us to keep tabs on what everyone's working on.
Mm-hmm. Kind of give me an idea then of flexibility sounds like your biggest value, if not, and also maybe one of your biggest value propositions. What about benefits? What kind of things do you do as far as that goes? Because in commercial real estate, obviously you have to have those as well.
Sure. So we like adopting new tools. So we use a company called JustWorks. and they are a technology company that provides payroll and benefits. So it's pretty cool. Everything is online. All the documentation is submitted online. Some of our interns who are hourly that we bring in on a one-off basis submit all that information online. And then, they provide us with our health care, our 401k, and all that kind of good stuff. So it's a really good solution for us because it is relatively inexpensive and provides all the big benefits that a typical company would be able to provide, with the added benefit that all of their history, their W-2s, their paycheck statements, their benefit statements, everything is up online for them to access. So it relieves the administrative burden that we would have going to pull documents, et cetera. So it has been a really effective solution for us to provide the right benefits to our employees.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Tell me, how old is your company?
We are about 3 years old now.
Interesting. And where are your offices located in terms of, for potential clients?
So we have a office in Houston, a small office in Dallas, and a small office in New York.
And what is the typical size businesses that you work with? Who is using your space?
So we like to say that we like helping businesses that need under 5,000 square feet, which is about 25 to 30 employees. That's kind of our sweet spot. So one of the pitches that we give is that 75% of all office space rentals are by volume for companies under 5,000 square feet, but 75% of all the brokerage commissions earned are for spaces over 5,000 square feet. So we're really trying to fill that need below 5,000 square feet with technology. So that's sort of our bread and butter, is a 25 to 30 person accounting, legal, professional services firm, as well as the growing tech industry as well.
Justin Lee, his company's called thesquarefoot.com, thesquarefoot.com. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And this is The Price of Business.